Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing the 2013 NHL Playoffs right now. We are talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, veteran handicapper, industry survivor. We're going to talk right now about the Anaheim Detroit Series prize. Joe, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you, Peter. I am an industry veteran, as my gray hair indicates, and certainly the fact that I haven't gotten my hair cut in a while, I'm going to get it cut tomorrow, hopefully shows us how hard I've been working to try to pick these winners.
Excellent, excellent, good. That's what we like to hear. All right, so tell us a little bit about your website first, and then we'll talk about the Detroit Anaheim Series prize.
OffshoreInsiders.com is where I am the anchor handicapper. We have a couple other services there, but one of the very few websites where we trace our roots way before the internet, the score phone days of the 1980s. The score phones were king way back then, and I am a veteran and a survivor. So my permanent home, as I said, is at OffshoreInsiders.com. 20 years from now, there's where you can get my picks.
Awesome. Very happy to have you here, Joe. All right, so Detroit, Anaheim. This is a tough one. Anaheim minus 141. They have home ice advantage. Detroit is plus 128 on the other side. These are the last lines that I saw listed at Pinnacle. And this is tough. I mean, Detroit obviously is a great team. They may be, a little bit down, and maybe on a down year compared to some of their other years where they were an elite team, but they still have an elite goaltender and a capable quality squad. Anaheim, though, they're awesome. They were the most profitable team to bet in all of the NHL this year, so I wouldn't necessarily want to bet against them. But Detroit as an underdog, that's got to be tempting too. This is going to be a complete pass for me, but what do you make of this series and these lines?
Yeah, it's one of those cases where Detroit, I've always believed, I've used the old quote, Yogi Berra quote, 90% of the game is half mental. I think it applies probably more, well, definitely more so in college sports than it does in pro sports, but there is a certain swagger that comes with that Detroit uniform because of their history. Obviously, Nicholas Lindstrom, he's retired. That is a humongous retirement. He's one of the all-time great leaders in sports. The key here, though, is Detroit. Can their top line match the depth of Anaheim, which really has four strong lines, where the exact statistic is 40 of the Wings' 124 goals have come from Pavel Datsyuk, Zetterberg, and Franzen. So Detroit has that case where they're very top-heavy, but Anaheim has the greater depth. So, Detroit's going to have to get either some surprising production out of their number 3 line, out of their number 2 line, or they're going to have their 3 stars have to be stars. So if a game goes into overtime, a couple overtimes, that's really going to benefit Anaheim as the series goes on, because there's no question the biggest advantage for Anaheim is in their depth.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been very high on Anaheim all year long, and I like them in the playoffs as well. I think you're convincing me. Maybe my lean would be towards Anaheim minus 141 to win the series. Let's talk about some of the game lines. That might be more interesting in terms of a betting perspective. Thanks, Joe.